What's up, Sabres Nation? Data here with episode 15 of the Buffalo Sabres Franchise Mode, here at the beginning of the 2022-23 season, year number 4. Now, right off the bat, I gotta tell you guys, there was an accident. That is why today's video is being uploaded on Sunday, not on Saturday. As you can see in this picture here, we had some issues with the save files. I don't know what went wrong. The San Jose Sharks save mode absolutely disappeared. So now, at least we got Jumbo Joe and Patrick Marleau their cup, but in future live streams, we'll be doing a different team. And just very disappointing that the Buffalo franchise mode got pushed back to the start of the offseason. So I redid the draft exactly how we did it. Unfortunately, when I would get to the contracts, it would keep telling me things like Giordano would say, oh, I don't want to resign, or Kovalchuk would say, oh, I don't like that I didn't get a lot of minutes last year. So Kovalchuk, we had signed him 1 year, $1 million. I ended up having to sign him for 1 year, $1.5 million. And Giordano, we had signed him for 1 year, $4 million. I ended up having to sign him for 1 year, $4.2 million. Not a huge deal, extra $350K on the books there, just for one season. As well, I had to get the save file to where the Canucks would not re-sign Thatcher Demko and let him go to free agency so that we could sign him. So I re-saved it about, well, whatever it takes to go through the draft over the course of about 90 minutes, an hour and a half it took me about to go. I'd have to do the draft, do the signings, get Giordano and Kovalchuk to sign, go to free agency, hope for Demko, and he's not there. Do it again. Now I go through it again. Giordano, oh, now he doesn't want to sign. Now he does want to sign. Demko there, he's not. Do it again. So it took quite a long time. I got us back pretty much to the same point where we were. The only thing also as well is that in the minors, we ended up signing different prospects because Jeremy Bracco was no longer a free agent, which was a bit of a blow. He was an 80 overall first-line center for the AHL. We no longer have him. I got some of the same guys like Jan and Sayarvi. The defense still has +3s across the board, but we used to have +1, +1, +1, +1. Now we have +3, 1, 0, 0. Did what I could. I'm sorry about that, guys. I can't really take too much of the blame, but I am sorry nonetheless. And heading into this one, we're going to jump right into the comments. Already, I have a great idea of what I want to do because I totally forgot last episode. We wanted to really try and get Jake Bean in the offseason, so we have to look into doing that. Some comments here. Haha, yes, acquire Eric Staal if he hasn't retired yet. I got a few people telling me to do this in the Discord and in the comments. While I'm looking up Eric Staal here, guys, make sure you you join the Discord server, link in the description, so that you can stay part of the team and be aware of any questions whenever I have to ask you, or we can just talk hockey, whatever you guys want to do. Eric Staal, 84 overall on the LA Kings, signed for 2 years at $4.5 million with top 9 potential. To be honest, it's cool to get Eric Staal on the team. It would be cool to do that, but you know, the year is 2022. It's not 2020 anymore. So I don't think it would make a lot of sense for us to get Eric Staal. We could play him on the third line, maybe playmaker on the third line, but what would I trade for that? So I don't think it's going to happen, but for a third line presence, it wouldn't be bad because we might be changing up the third line. We'll be talking about that in a few minutes. Oh, Henry, I still think Cousins could be a great second-line guy for you. At the trade deadline or next offseason, I think Skinner is the odd man out of the top 6. He doesn't fit in well with a young core, and I think how well he's been playing, his contract is now movable. So I'm thinking slide Cousins up to the second line to create a playmaker, sniper, power forward combo. Guys like Puljujarvi and Gurianov are going to want upwards of 4.5 to 5 million, given their overall. Maybe trade them. I know you're not going to want to sign a third liner for 5 million. With Cousins moving up, it solidifies your top 6. Also, I think just because both guys give it a +1, Cousins should be the person on the power play, not Kovalchuk. But whenever anyone gets injured, Kobe can slide in. Love the Demko signing, especially after watching him in the series against Vegas. Great video once again. Thank you very much, O. Henry. Demko, what a monster for sure. A lot of comments talking about just Demko and the series in itself, so thank you all, everyone, for getting involved. Multi-stuff, so I'd like you to go after Bear or Honka. Bear, we are currently scouting him, and Honka is only a 72 overall, low top 4, like 22 years old, so I don't think he's grown as well as you thought. He grows to 86, 88 sometimes. I'm sure he does multi-stuffs for you, but I guess in this franchise mode, he's just not looking that great. Great video as always. Looking forward to the next one. Thank you very much, my friend. Mayor 0508 Gaming. Skinner has to go. If Puljujarvi has more points than Gurianov, then he is the one on the second line. Same way if Gurianov had more points by the trade deadline or whenever you trade Skinner. Pat, great stuff as always, brothers. The Discord is a great idea. He posted his comments there, but he's also posting them here. Play Cousins Cousins on the third line, the power play, and the penalty kill. It's a way to develop him with proper ice time. Replace Montour on the power play with Puljujarvi or Gurianov. Ideally, Puljujarvi, since he is for sure signed going forward. If you do move on from Gurianov, who's on an expiring contract, look for a replacement that will get 2 checks on the power play, or is just a lower overall chemist to keep Cousins and Puljujarvi at a +3 or a +5. Kovalchuk was a happy accident, but isn't worth stunting the growth of the players that will stick around. Great points, Pat. And there was another comment from Mikey BX10465. He said, put Kovalchuk on the point on the second power play. But I think Pat's point is very true. Although he would be a very good piece on the power play, do we want to be stunting growth? So if I could put maybe there's a way to make both of these things work, though. Maybe Puljujarvi replaces Montour, like Pat said, but we can also put Kovalchuk on the point, like Mikey said. I think that might be a way to do it, because I don't think Gurianov's going to be on this lineup too long going forward. I would put Gurianov here, but I think we might be moving on from him, as we'll be seeing in just a few minutes. For the coaching, Zerzera says, for the AHL coach, the team fit is not important. You want to look at just the strategies and stuff like that, because just because it has a good team fit in the AHL doesn't mean it's going to fit well in the NHL. So I looked at our coaches and their strategies. Alsner here, when you look at him, if you go team strategies top to bottom, like offensive, defensive, power play, goes aggressive, puck side attack, umbrella, aggressive, tight point, and trap. This coach down here, aggressive, high pressure, umbrella, aggressive, staggered, trap. So pretty similar, and he's the same type of forward technicality, so I don't think we're going to change our head coach right now. It seems to be pretty similar to our NHL head coach, so I think we're okay with that, unless there's really something that we should be changing. Mark Masonov says, keep our goalie and maybe trade Allmark. To be honest, I will do that eventually, but with Allmark only making $1.7 million for an 83 overall, I think he is an ideal backup, so no point to really trade him yet until that contract becomes a chip maybe next season, or we just got to move on from him once the deal expires. MVL12K7, let's bring home the cup. I wonder if Timashov should be kept. He does not grow and is ordinary. Kovalchuk, Giordano off the books next year. Gurianov, Puljujarvi need to be traded next year if both do not play better in the playoffs. Great draft haul. You can build nicely for the future. Your center depth is wicked. Let's hope the coaching this year helps with the progress and the goalie situation. Wow, I don't see why this team can't at least go to the Eastern Final. Let's go Buffalo. À demain. That was before the Thursday live stream. I hope Kyle Wood gets some playing time. He didn't in the NHL, but he was a monster in the AHL. But anyways, he raises a good point about Gurianov. There's been a few people who have said to trade Gurianov. There was actually a comment in the video prior to this one from Darticus29. He says, I finally caught up. I've been watching this series the past few days, loving it. Finally, someone's giving my boy Jeff Skinner the time he needs to be successful. Please make him a lifer. Twinkle Toes deserves it. As for the draft and free agency, go hard on Jake Bean. He is always solid, can take the spot with Joker on the second line playing, Jokiharju. Retooling the fourth line outside of Jankowski seems like a pretty good idea since you're running with a head coach that only rolls 3 lines. Look for depth, two-way guys that fit the penalty kill. Pool Party and Gurianov can probably both go, Puljujarvi. Your top 6 is so stacked that balancing out the lines better with the defensive players in the bottom 6 to cut down on those high-scoring games will ultimately help out the goalie situation as well. Wish you all the best. Hope I'm not too late. No, you are not. So it seems like a lot of people are saying move on from Gurianov and or Puljujarvi. He has the... I forgot to put Cousins on the power play. I'll do that in a second. He is on an expiring deal, 1 year, $3 million. He's played a couple full seasons with us, scoring 43 and 48 points respectively. He's a very good player, but I don't think we're going to want to spend $5 million to re-sign a third liner. So I think moving on from Gurianov is the move. Now over on defense, Mark Giordano, 39 years old, 1 year, $4.2 million. He's already dropped. He has medium top 6 potential. I'm not too impressed with this. I know a lot of people are happy with Mark Giordano, like Giuliano Battistone in the comments, but to be honest, he's not as good as he used to be. And he still has a little bit of value. He played well for us in the playoffs. He did very well. I'm not saying, but that was when he was an 85 with a +3. Now he's an 82 with a +3. So I'm thinking maybe Giordano, maybe Montour and Jokiharju can play together, or even Bean and Jokiharju and Fleury Montours together. I don't know. I'd really like to go and get Jake Bean, though, because Jake Bean is a monster. He fits all of our lines. He has great offensive awareness. He has great ability and potential to grow. Moritz Seider was another name that had been thrown out that we were really thinking about, but I think his value might be a bit too high. If we go look at defense, not too high actually. 83 overall, 21 years old. Says he fits defensive pairing 2, which is nice. and he's coming off of a 20-point season, -19. So he no problem with him. But I just think that Jake Bean has the edge because look at him, 83 overall, I believe. Yeah, 24 years old. I know he's older and he's on an expiring deal, but offensive defenseman, 91 awareness. He fits all defense, all power play, all penalty kill, coming off of a 22-point rookie season. I would love to go out and acquire Jake Bean. I could maybe give them Denis Gurianov in exchange. That's pretty close. Denis Gurianov for Jake Bean, and then I go out and trade Mark Giordano for a better bottom six forward to play with Puljujarvi and Cousins. I think that's what we're going to do here. We got to try and figure out what's going on with Gurianov, and shoring up the defense would also be a big help. So I'm going to try and do this. I'm going to see what kind of deal the Hurricanes would like, and we'll see what makes the most sense. Sweeten it just a touch. Do I even want to do this? Denis Gurianov and 2 third-round picks? Yeah, we have to. We have to move Gurianov. We're not going to be able to keep him because Gurianov's going to be too valuable. Can I get a 6th-round pick in this year's draft and a 6th-round pick in next year's draft? What do you say, Carolina? A bit low for us. You guys. Make it a 7th, a 6th, and a 7th. Sweeten it just a touch. It's these guys. Sweeten it just a touch. Yeah, I get both. They have our 7th-round pick. 2 7ths. Bit low for us. Okay. 1 7th-round pick. Oh, sweeten it just a touch. A bit low for us. Come on! Denis Gurianov, 2 thirds and a 7th for Jake Bean. Still a bit low for us. Why do you keep lying to me? Tell me it's not good enough. Tell me what I need to do. Don't tell me it's a bit low when it's a 5th and a 6th, and then I end up adding a 6th on my side, and you're still saying the same thing all the way until trade accepted. Come on. All right. Jake Bean's on the team. Denis Gurianov, you've done some amazing things here with us. I'm sorry that it didn't work out. I really wanted you to be a part of this team moving forward, but I can't be paying $5 million for a third-line guy. I wish you all the best in Carolina. I'm very excited to have Jake Bean in the lineup, but now we're going to have to go ahead and trade Mark Giordano. I really wanted to do well with Mark Giordano, but when it comes down to it, my responsibility is to the Buffalo Sabres, getting them a cup, not getting Mark Giordano a cup. So I'm very sorry, Mark. Your $4.2 million is out the door. I'm not going to be able to get much for him, to be honest. 3rd and a 4th, and Rocco Grimaldi. 3rd, 4th, Marco Scandella. 3rd, really not a lot. Don't need the defensive prospect. I think I'd rather just take the picks. We could really just use the picks. 3rd and a 4th, and Marco Scandella. Yeah, that's not bad. He'd be a good defensive depth kind of guy. I think we'll do that with the New Jersey Devils. 3rd and a 4th. In the 2024 draft, though, I'd rather have some picks this year. We don't have any picks this year, really. But actually, I totally forgot. We can't be trading Giordano for picks. We need to be trading him for a bottom 6 forward. So we're just going to look for a forward. Nothing special, nothing flashy, just someone who can play third-line minutes with Puljujarvi and Cousins. If Puljujarvi goes back to a sniper, we're ideally looking for a sniper or a playmaker with good defensive stats. Say between like 80 and 83. And defensive awareness of at least 84. Or, at least 83. Let's say at least 21 years old, not even. Yeah, okay, at least 21 years old. Don't want all these young guys that I wouldn't be able to acquire anyways. Sorting by overall here. Can't be a lot of trade value either, because Mark Giordano does not have a lot of value. Ideally, someone who can even play on the penalty kill, but we won't always know that. Danton Heinen's not bad. He has 3.5-star shooting, 3.5-star puck skills, 3.5-star defense. That's not bad. Danton Heinen, we can keep him in mind. Niederreiter's tempting. That is very tempting, actually. He has 4-star shooting and 3.5-star defense to go along with 4-star skating, which is very important. So Nino Niederreiter, I think, is the front runner right now for who we would get. There's a lot of options as we keep going further down. We can make him into a power forward. We don't really need a power forward, though, because Cousins is the power forward. Does he fit the third line? Not sure. Sonny Milano, he was big on the Anaheim Ducks franchise mode. Yeah, I really like Niederreiter, because I don't want just a two-way guy who won't fit. I want someone who can play on that wing and be defensive. So I'm pretty sold on Niederreiter. I know I could do my ultimate due diligence and look through every single one of those 90 players and try it out, but I'm not really down to spend my whole day doing that. So let me see if I can give you, do you want Mark Giordano? You don't, okay. So Mark Giordano for Nino Niederreiter. It's already fairly close, so it shouldn't take me too much to push this over. Do I have any rookie? Not even. Yeah, Scoville has no value. Can I give you Wall? Who's this guy? Ben Wall, 7th round pick. Okay, we'll throw him in because I don't need another goalie like that. And can I also give you, man, we're really low on these picks, but it's okay. We're a good team with a 5th round pick. You're not even in the right city, let alone ballpark. Look at the trade value. I understand you not wanting this, but don't tell me we're not in the right ballpark when the trade value is telling me this. You're not in the right city, let alone ballpark. Look at the value now. Second straight up. You're not in the right city, let alone ballpark again. A 2nd round pick. Just the 2nd round pick straight up for Niederreiter should be good. Alright, forget Nino Niederreiter. Guess that's not going to happen. Let's try again, but let's make it minimum 81 overall. And we'll say minimum defensive awareness of 84 to really make it somewhat better. Yeah, that narrows it down to just 52 now. Look at the bottom of the trade values. Burakovsky's a sniper option. 84 defensive awareness. That's good. With 4-star skating. That's much better than some of the other people. That wouldn't be bad from Dallas. Kiefer Sherwood was a monster on our Anaheim Ducks franchise mode, but I don't know if he deserves to even... I don't know if the Sharks deserve a trade with me. Shaw, Boone Jenner's an option. I think it's really between Boone Jenner, who has great stats, great defensive stats, between Boone Jenner, Andrew Shaw, and Burakovsky. Yeah, these are really good stats for Boone Jenner. For a 3rd line, that wouldn't be bad. Shaw's discipline is pretty low. Kiefer Sherwood's tempting. 5-star puck skills. He could be a playmaker. Yeah, definitely. We can go playmaker, power forward, and sniper. That wouldn't be a bad idea at all. Terrible defensive plus minus, but he has the 84 defensive awareness, 82 shot blocking, 86 stick checking. 2 years left at 1.7 versus 3 years left at 1.8. Both good contracts. Boone Jenner scores a bit more than Sherwood, but Sherwood's really good puck skills with the 91 passing and all that. Doesn't fit the lines they say. Boone Jenner, they say none as well. Boone. You know what? Let's go for Boone. He has 84 faceoffs. He can also play there if needed. Let's try to make this one happen. They don't want Giordano. That's great. And they're over the salary cap. And with the other 5th, it's not up to snuff. So goodbye, Boone Jenner. Adding Jesper Fast is a killer. So I guess we're going back to San Jose again and trying to get Kiefer Sherwood. How about with a 4th and 2/5, huh? You're pretty far away in value, to be honest. What? How does Mark Giordano have no value? I think we're keeping Mark Giordano, guys. I don't care. We're just going to keep Mark Giordano. People want to disrespect his name? Whatever. I'll keep him as a healthy scratch all season. I don't care. I'll keep him as a healthy scratch all season long. Unless I just do dump him for those draft picks. It would probably make more sense to do that. Alright, looks like we're dumping Mark Giordano for draft picks, and we'll have to figure out the forwards some other way. What a mess it's been to start this episode. We're going to take out the 3rd and 4th this year from New Jersey. Sorry, from next year. I want it this year. Give me your 3rd and 4th. You know what? Even your 5th. Calgary's 5th. Can we squeeze that? Oh, nice. A 3rd, a 4th, and a 5th for Mark Giordano. And we get Marco Scandella. Welcome back to Buffalo. Mark, thank you for all your service here, the short stint that it was. I look forward to hearing about all the great things you'll do in your future. Let's fix up these lines, and I'll get back in a second. I'm switching Puljujarvi over to Sniper here, and I see that Jake Bean has a 3-year, $5.25 million extension, so didn't see that coming. Let's hope he really plays up to it, or else we may have to move him, because I did not see that. I don't know, you have to scroll deep into the thing every time you want to make a trade, why can't I just tell you straight up on his contract? So when we look at money that we'll be having in our team next year, we have only $5.7 million of extension next season. Luckily, there's no one to extend. Our team is pretty much set. But still, I would have preferred a little bit more wiggle room in the salary cap. But dumping $4 million from Giordano is huge. Timashov now with Cousins and Puljujarvi gives that 3rd line a +3. Timashov's been a good defensive guy. He's not, he has 2.5-star defense, but somehow he's been putting up good numbers on the 4th line. Only a -4. The year before a +6. Not great numbers. I'm not saying he's amazing, but I'm saying he's been doing well for a guy who has 2.5-star defense. So if defense becomes a big issue, we'll have to look into it. But hopefully this should be okay. Rasmus Asplund gets to get full-time on the NHL squad now. He's been with the team for a while, a 2nd-round pick in 2016. Over on the special teams, we're going to try Puljujarvi and Jake Bean. Kovalchuk won't make it, but we do, because Bean has 2 check marks there, so it would make more sense to play him. We're finally going to start off the season Let's get to it. We might stop at the trade deadline. We might go all the way through. It'll depend how good we're looking. But kicking off year number 4, year number 1, nothing special. Year number 2, President's Trophy. Year number 3, I think we were 5th in the NHL. And now year number 4, 2022-23. And it all starts at home here against Tampa Bay at Key Bank Center. Did we play them in the playoffs? It's all... Oh, great goal from Darlene to start the season. It's all bunching together between Buffalo and the San Jose series. First period, 4-0. Wow. Middlestat, Reinhardt, Fleury, and Darlene. 4 goals and 17 shots. Did we play Tampa? I think... Yeah, I know we did play them last year. We did. Now I remember. I forgot which round it was, though. Did we sweep them, or did they beat us? That's a blur. Second period, 4-2. Joseph and Anderson both score on Thatcher Demko, making his Buffalo Sabre regular season debut. Taylor Radish brings Tampa Bay within 1. It's only a 4-3 lead now. It is pretty tight here with 12 minutes to go. Can we hang on for win number 1? Power play. Killed off by Tampa. We're looking for win number 1 of season number 4. Started off on a high note. Are we going to hang on tight? No scoring, but that's okay because an empty netter will ice it from Henry Jokiharju. Shots 42-23, or 42-24 was it? And we win 5-3 the final. Arvidsson 3 assists, Middlestat a goal, Reinhardt a goal and an assist. Let's get a nice chunk of simulation done now. Are there any free agent that I could sign for some forward depth, by the way? Yeah, we beat Tampa Bay in the first round last year. Now I remember from the thumbnail of the video. Is there anyone who's any forward? Oof, not much. Payarvi, L'Espérance. I guess we'll go for a two-way forward. Frederic Gauthier. Gabriel Gagné, he was a big piece of our team in the San Jose franchise mode. I prefer a two-way guy. Frédéric Gauthier. Yeah, let's go for him. He's a pretty good two-way guy. So the scouts are all sent out and ready to go. We have Jake Bean in the lineup. Denis Gurianov is gone. We are ready to go with this squad. The bottom 6 isn't as strong as it was last year with the scoring power, but hopefully Timashov with the +3 down there will help it out. So Puljujarvi playing like an 87, Cousins playing like an 85. Hopefully it'll help us defensively, plus Jake Bean being a big piece on that second pair. And of course, can't forget Thatcher Demko between the pipes. So 3-2 win against Calgary, 7-2 win against the Rangers, 9-2 win against the Islanders, 5-1 win against the Senators. That is exactly what we want to see, my friends. 6-2 win against the Jets, 4-0 win against the Wild. We're 7-0 to start the year, then a 2-1 loss. It has to come eventually, but that is okay. 3-1 loss, 5-2 win, 8-2-0 through our first 10 games, 4-3 loss, 4-2 loss. Both of our times of losing have come on back-to-back L's, followed by W's. 3-2 shootout overtime loss, okay, but then a 6-1 win puts us back in. 7-2 win against the Sharks, we hate their management over there in San Jose. We don't look at them at the GM meetings. 6-2 win, 5-2 win. Okay, now we're really cooking. Now we're cooking. Let's go see the Carolina Hurricanes. Let's go see Denis Gurianov versus Jake Bean. 4-3 loss against the Canadiens, 5-3 win against the Blue Jackets, and Thomas Harley will fix that in the AHL. 13-5-1 through our first 19 games. Game number 20, can it give us 14 wins? First period, 3-2 Carolina. Sveshnikov, Aho, and Slavin. Asplund and Arvidsson scoring for us. Second period, 4-2 as Ryan Hartman scores the lone goal. We're outshooting them 22-20, but we're down by 2. We need some firepower here in the third. That first line, that first power play, where are you? Extended power play. Jack, where have you been? I'm sure he's killing it, but not seen yet in the live sims. 5 minutes to go now. Still leading in shots, 34-27, but Jack Eichel late. Any heroics? No, Jack Eichel, he did answer the call from center ice, but a bit late, as we had 35 shots, but Peter Mrazek stood tall. And we lost 4-3 to the Hurricanes in that one. That's okay. That's okay. We're 13-6-1. They're 13-5-2. Let's go into the month of December. Who's a good team right now? The Senators are 11-8-1. Panthers. Let's go see the Predators. 13-5-1 at the moment. Jokiharju, mild concussion. So what we're going to do here, I believe it's Kyle Wood, of course, slotting in. Yes, it is. So we'll put Montour. Actually, Kyle Wood on the second unit with Bean. Offensive and defensive might be something nice. What do we got here? +1. Okay, only a +1. He fits best here anyways. Has he played a game yet with the Buffalo Sabres? Yes, he played 5 games last season and had 1 goal and was a +5. Oof. So Kyle Wood, let's see what you got. He was an absolute unit with the Huskies, winning us 4 Stanley Cups, being a big part of those teams. Sam Reinhart, abdominal strain. Now we got to make a few moves. The lines actually look pretty decent here. +3, +3, +3, and +1. With John Quinville going to fill in here. We signed him from free agency over the offseason. I know we have Frederick Gauthier down there as well, but 78 overall, we'll give him a shot. It's not for long. We'll see what he can do. Fix up the 3-on-3 here. It doesn't really matter because the injury's not for long, but we want to put some scorers in here. Kovalchuk, get out there on the 3-on-3. All right. Let's continue going. Oh, bad lines, whatever. Best lines in Rochester. Let's go. Tampa Bay Lightning, 3-2 overtime win. Maybe it was Kovalchuk on that 3-on-3 line. 5-2 win against the Minnesota Wild. Yoki Haru is fully healed and available. What did Kyle Wood do with us in those games? He played 2 games and was a 0 ±. What a tank. Build the statue. We need to move the statue, get it airlifted from the island of Honolulu, and put it right in front of KeyBank Center. 4-1 win against the Philadelphia Flyers. Edmonton Oilers. Thomas Harley's back. Well, best lines it down there in Rochester. And Sam Reinhart's back as well. Quinville, 4 games, 2 penalty minutes, and a +1. That's all fixed and continuing on now. 4-3 shootout loss against the Canadiens. Sam Reinhart, yeah, he's fully back. After coming back was a playable injury, but we risked it because we had to fill him in. 2-0 shutout win against the Lightning. 7-2 win followed by a 7-4 loss. A first-round pick for Connor Sheary. What are you thinking? Pittsburgh, what are you thinking? Head coach can do that. Florida Panthers now, win number 20, there it is, 4-3 in the shootout. We are 28-2 through our first 30 games, up against the 15-12-2 Nashville Predators. Let's get a Western Conference matchup going here, see what we can do. First period, Jeff Skinner on Jussi Saros. Second period, 4-0, Yoki Haru, Skinner, and Arvidsson on the power play. We are killing it right now, up 4-0 here in the third period against the Predators. I think we have this one in the bag, and we continue to kill it this season. At game number 25, we'll take a pause and check the stats. That's all she wrote. 5-0 shutout victory, 2 goals from Arvidsson, and how many saves from Thatcher? 27. 2 goals from Skinner as well. Absolutely love to see that. And sorry, I meant 35, not 25 games. So game number 32, 33, 34, 35. After that one against Calgary, we'll take a pause before playing LA to see the stats. Capitals are 20-10. We beat them 4-2. Detroit Red Wings, we lose 6-3. They're a pretty strong team, actually, in a few years now. Dallas Stars, we beat them 5-4. Beautiful. First round pick for Phil Pula? What an AHL forward. What are you thinking, Detroit? Don't even talk to me. 3-1 win against the Flames. We're 24-9-2 through our first 35 games. We are killing it this season. Jack Eichel has scored 43 points in 35 games. I really hope Jake Bean's doing well here in the third line. Oh, wow, 28 points for him. Sam Reinhart has 40 points in 31 games. Casey Middlestat, 39 and 35. Skinner 30, Olofsson 28, Jake Bean 28 points in 35 games. Now that makes me very happy. Arvidsson has 20 goals, leading the team in goals and 27 points. Puljujärvi 23 points in 35 games. Love it, Jesse, keep it up. Dahlin, great points. Cousins, good, 18 points. Heiskanen, Timashov, 17 and 35. This is going to be a career year for Timashov, for sure. Easily. He just has to get 6 more points. Asplund looking good. Kovalchuk, 14 points in 35 games, getting 8 minutes of ice time a night. Love it. Hayden Fleury's plus-minus is amazing. Brendan Montour. I love Brendan Montour, man. He's not the flashiest guy, but he has an amazing plus-minus year in and year out. Great stuff. And Thatcher, let me see him. 21-7-2 with 3 shutouts, a .914 save percentage, 2.29 goals against average. Thank you, Vancouver. Allmark not looking good, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt because he has shown us that he can really put up good numbers. Quick look at the entire NHL. It is Tyler Seguin leading the way with Draisaitl, McDavid, Kuznetsov, and Eichel behind. James Van Riemsdyk still alive. Good for him. So I think we can just keep on going for now. There's really no reason to stop here at the Christmas break. We're just going to keep on trucking. We have a game on Christmas Day against the San Jose Sharks. And we'll go into the month of January, into the year 2023. And we'll go see, let's go see the New York Islanders. They're a pretty good team, and it's a divisional matchup. Beat the Kings 4-1. Christmas Day against the Sharks, we beat them 5-2. Merry Christmas, Buffalo fans, with a huge 3-goal victory over them. 3-2 shootout win over the Hurricanes. Toronto Maple Leafs, there's the team that we beat in the Stanley Cup Finals with the San Jose Sharks. We beat them 7-6. Oilers, we beat them 4-1. Anaheim, we beat them 6-4. Arizona Coyotes, what are you saying? A first-round pick for Connor Sheary? Get out of here. 7-5 loss against the Coyotes. It's true. We got to keep an eye on Dallas because we have their first-round pick. 2-1 victory against the Rangers. Actually, I take that back. The Red Wings are terrible. 14-23-5. This will be the last game we simulate before the All-Star break and begin to move into the month of February. I love that we're just flying through this season because I have no time for that after a painful opening to this episode. First period, Nelson and Skinner both on the power play. Second period, 3-2. Miro Heiskanen scores on the power play. Rasmus Dahlin, 2 goals from our defenders there, and Anders Lee for the Islanders. Up by 1 here in the third period. Shots 26-18 at the moment. Slim lead. Thomas Greiss is a fantastic goalie in NHL as well. It's Tristan Jarry. Tristan Jarry, the goalie that won the Vezina Trophy with us in the San Jose Sharks Stanley Cup run. Victor Olofsson scores. Jack Eichel scores. That'll be enough to call it a day, I believe. 5-2 victory over the New York Islanders. The wins just keep on coming. Not a win streak. It got broken against the Coyotes, but the wins keep on coming for the Sabres. We'll move until after the All-Star break into the month of February and see what we're looking like then. 3-2 win against the Canadiens, 4-0 shutout win against the Penguins. Hayden Fleury, mild concussion. He'll be out until after the All-Star break. No problemo. We'll just slot Kyle Wood right in there on the third pair with Brendan Montour. Or do we switch it around? You know what? Let's switch it around just for a few games. Kyle Wood goes to the second pair, and Jake Bean and Brendan Montour play together with a +3 on the third pair. 3-2 win against the St. Louis Blues. We got to beat the Red Wings. Yeah, 6-3, thankfully. The Coyotes, we beat them 4-1 after they beat us 7-5 a couple of weeks prior. A first and a second for Sheary and Tanev. Please go to bed, Mr. Rutherford. Kyle Wood, looking at his stats, 4 games, 1 goal, +3. It can't get better than that. Fleury's back. Fleury's really not, his overall doesn't grow, but he's been playing very solid, especially with Brendan Montour with him. 37-10-2 is our record here at the All-Star break through 49 games. We're at the top of the Atlantic Division by about 13 points. Ville Husso going on waivers, 77 overall. Not needed. We'll go ahead and decline that. So next game that we want to go see, we're moving up to the trade deadline. We might just go straight through it. We'll go see a very strong team in the Western Conference. The Vancouver Canucks, also Thatcher Demko's old team. Can't forget that. 6-3 win against the Columbus Blue Jackets, 4-3 win against the Penguins, and against the Washington Capitals, we lose 5-4. So 39-11-2. Is this going to be win number 40 on the season against the team that let Thatcher Demko walk to free agency? Let's go. First period, 2-0. Jeff Skinner and Victor Olofsson. Jeff Skinner, man, we believed in him. I know that there's been talks about trades, but he has just been a goal-scoring machine. Second period, 3-0 as Jesse Puljujarvi, yes, makes it 3. Shots 23-17 in our favor. Power play Vancouver. Jake Virtanen scores on the power play. Understandable. Happens once in a while. Our penalty kill is pretty strong, but it happens once in a while. Halfway through the third now, Jeff Skinner, second of the night against the goalie that Vancouver chose over Demko, Mr. Markstrom. And that'll be it. A 4-2 victory as Bo Horvat, top 50, adds a shorthanded goal. And the 3 stars in this one, Skinner with 2, Puljujarvi with 1, and Thatcher Demko makes 24 saves against his old team to get the W. Win number 40 on the season. You absolutely love to see it. Dallas is looking pretty good, actually, 30-20-3, hoping that they wouldn't have as good of a season. What I want to do quickly here is just pause. I want to see, where did Rasmus Ristolainen go? We never saw that. We were talking about him in the last episode when he went to free agency. Just want to see where he ended up and for how much. Ristolainen. Rasmus went to the New York Islanders. Really? Okay, the Islanders. They signed him 6 years at $8.505. Not a bad contract at all for an 89 overall defenseman. 23 points in 53 games for him. Didn't live long with the Dallas Stars, so thank you, Dallas, for that trade. But we're going to have to move on now into the rest of February, as we're going to finish it up before the trade deadline. We'll take a pause before the deadline to just see if there's anything. As always, doing our due diligence. But I'm loving this team, guys. We knew in the comments, we knew that this was going to be a big year. Sassana Cup, this team is playing on, clicking on all cylinders, firing on all cylinders, you can say. 4-1 win against the Colorado Avalanche. What are these trade offers, man? Columbus Blue Jackets. Now the trades are going to start coming out. Ryan Strome for our first. Lucky. Now the 4-1 loss, 4-3 overtime win. LA Kings, we beat them 5-2. It's going to go a bit slow here as we go through all the trades. The AI making all the trades. Injured foot for Jeff Skinner. Timashov can move up, and so can Kovalchuk. And then John Quenneville will come back. 3-2 loss against the St. Louis Blues. Toronto Maple Leafs. More trades going on. Nothing crazy. No huge blockbusters, I'd say. Pavel Buchnevich being offered to us. 2-1 win against the Leafs. More prospects and picks going around. Thatcher Demko sprained thumb. That hurts. So we're going to have to call up Michael Hutchinson, I believe. Unless I don't want to risk him going through waivers. Johansson would also have to go through waivers, though. I guess this is the time of the year where Michael Hutchinson gets called up. Usually he gets called up eventually, then he sticks with us for the rest of the season, as he'll be our third goalie. So he will be traveling with the team from now on. Michael Hutchinson back with the Sabres. And down here, we'll just get Blomqvist sometime, a guy that we drafted and has fringe starter potential. Skinner should be back any day. There he is, Jeff Skinner. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. John Quenneville, 3 assists in 7 games. Very nice. There we go. Everything is back as it should be. Carolina Hurricanes, we beat them 4-3 against a new rivalry now. 7-1 win against the Canadiens. Love it. Closing in on 50 wins. Brian Dumoulin for our first go to bed. First and a third for Buchnevich and 2/4. And we're going to go up to this game against the Anaheim Ducks. Actually, we'll call it a little bit before in case we want to do like last minute scouting of just someone for a day. Lavoie, second and a third for Mata, Nygaard, and 2/3. Draft picks just move like candy, man. First, second, and Allmark for Duclair and Yafalo, both on expiring deals. You are funny. So we'll take a moment here to just look at the stats as well as looking at the trade block and see if there's any changes that need to be made heading into the final stretch of this season, and if it will be necessary to take a pause at this time or just keep on trucking. So 82 points in 62 games for Jack Eichel, once again putting up monstrous numbers for himself. 26 years old now, 3 more years after this one on that contract, playing amazing. Sam Reinhart, 66 points in 58 games, 4 less than everyone else. Casey Middlestad putting up career numbers right now, on pace to break his career total of what was only 64, as he currently has 61 points in 62 games, only 10 power play points as well. So playing very well in that second line. Olofsson, 55, Skinner, 55. Jake Bean, 50 points in 62 games as a second pair defenseman. That is just unbelievable right now with Yoki Haru. And we saw last season that even before it was Giordano, we first saw Giordano, and before that we saw Montour, always put up good performances with Yoki Haru, but never points like that. So 50 and 62, amazing from Jake Bean, our best defenseman points-wise at the moment, and a fantastic acquisition it's looking like. Rasmus Dahlin, nothing to sneeze at as well, 46 points for him. Arvidsson leads the team in goals after Eichel, of course, with 29 of his own, 45 total points. Heiskanen, 38, 3 defensemen who are all playing very well with over 100 points between them through 62 games. Puljujärvi, 34 and 62, slowed down a little bit, but I think he'll still easily break his previous career high of 38. Now, Dmytro Timashov with 33 points in 62 games has been a revelation this season, broken his previous career high by 10 points so far, with 20 games still to go. 33 from him. He is now his 4th season with us, or 3.5, and he's been a great piece long-term for us. One of the few pieces who has been here as long as he has. Not many. So Dylan Cousins, 27 and 62. He's getting a lot of ice time. He plays 13:28 a game. He has power play and penalty kill time. Only 1 power play goal, well, 1 power play point, that is. 2 shorthanded goals, which is nice, but only 27 points in total. I know that third line isn't much of a scoring line this season as much, but still, I'm a bit surprised he's not scoring more. Hayden Fleury, 25 points and a plus 30. He's also breaking career records so far, right? Oh, yeah, big time. Great season for Hayden Fleury, finally starting to emerge. Ilya Kovalchuk, 23 points with only 8.5 minutes a night. Asplund, 20, great stuff from from him. Montour's a plus 28. Yoki Haru's a plus 25. Everyone is looking great. Between the pipes, Thatcher Demko, 36-10-2 with 3 shutouts and 911 save percentage, 2.44 goals against. And Linus Ullmark has really turned it around as well, now with a record of 11-4-0, 1 shutout, 903 save percentage, 2.6 goals against average. In the NHL, Eichel leads the league in points by 1 over Draisaitl, and in goals, it is Nolan Bishop, the rookie. Wow, with 41 goals in his rookie season so far. My goodness, what a huge piece for the Islanders, who jumped up from 14th overall to pick him first. So considering all that, I'm going to quickly go through the trade blocks, of course, but I don't think there's really any moves we're desperate to make or any positions we're really desperate to fill. So Ben Hutton on the block in Anaheim, Coyotes, nothing special, Bo Bennett, Reed Boucher. Oh, goodness, look at the, sorting by overall, by the way, look at the Boston Bruins. David Pastrnak, I'm assuming he's on an expiring deal. Yeah, he's going to want like upwards of 10 million for sure, 91 overall. What kind of point totals does he put up? Not as big as you'd see in other games. He was a big piece of our Anaheim Ducks franchise mode for many, many seasons. That would be great to get David Pastrnak, but to be honest, I could probably get most people if I used a first-round pick and Dave Yoshida, I think that was his name, the medium elite prospect we drafted in the 3rd round last year. So that's interesting. Patrice Bergeron also on the block. All these expiring deals. Brassard, Bjork, Krejci. Big name right there, David Pastrnak. Jay Bouwmeester over on the Flames. Hurricanes, nobody. Hunk is there. Jonathan Toews on the last year of his deal with the Blackhawks. To be honest, maybe a third-line center wouldn't be the worst thing, and moving Cousins to the wing and then moving down Timashov to the 4th line. But still, too much value for Toews. But if there was someone who was just right for the 3rd line, would not be opposed to that possibility. John Klingberg's on the block. Last year of his deal as well. John Klingberg was a huge piece in winning the Stanley Cup in our San Jose franchise mode. What kind of numbers he putting up? 40 points, 43, 49, and he fits no lines. Yeah, that would be crazy, but again, these expiring deals, these guys are going to go to free agency. I'd get him there. Big Joe's here, 30, what am I saying? What year is it? 43 years old. Duclair's on the block as well. He always simulates well, but I don't think a second-line winger is necessary. Our top 6 is pretty much set. Evgeny Sveshnikov wouldn't be bad. Robbie Fabry either. Huge contract for some reason. But again, not something we're really looking for. Broberg's a decent prospect. Noel, Peacock, Kempe, Dumba and Spurgeon. Dumba's on an expiring deal. Keep all these guys in mind as we go through. James Neal, Sam Gagner. Eli Tolvanen, here he is. He's on a 7-year contract at $8.72 million, and he's on the trading block. Man, Eli Tolvanen is the GOAT. If you've been on this channel, you know that Eli Tolvanen is the GOAT. He's at 53 points this season, 59 last year. What an absolute tank Eli Tolvanen is. We had him for many, many, many years in Anaheim. We had him for a few years in Honolulu, but I don't think we're going to go ahead and get him in Buffalo. Not that it also wouldn't be realistic, but we also want to keep it fresh, and our top line is pretty much set. He would fit forward line 1, though. Wow, that is so tempting. That is so tempting. You know what? I'm going to put it in the Discord group just to see what people say, but I don't think it's going to happen. But we'll keep on looking for the next couple seconds here. Make sure we go through all the teams first. Zachary Leroux, Tony DeAngelo. Defense isn't what we need, though. Chris Kreider, terrible contract. Connor Zary, Sillinger. Those are good prospects. Kuta, Zucker, Dumoulin. Expiring deal for Dumoulin wouldn't be a bad idea. Burns, terrible contract. Wallander, Lipanov. No, now it's just a bunch of random prospects. Mikko Koivu, Stevenson, Connor McMichael still on the block for the Capitals. Joseph, okay. So something that I've seen is that there are some decent prospects out there, because if we go over to our team and we look at our prospect Dave Yoshida here, where is he? Where's Big Dave? Dave Yoshida, 55 overall, 18 years old, medium elite, tons of trade value. If I could trade him to a team like, who did we say? Was it the Flyers? No, the Senators, sorry. A team like the Senators who has Sillinger on the block, or Cole Sillinger, could I get a 75 overall, 19-year-old player in exchange for Dave Yoshida, who's 18 years old and 55 overall, medium elite? Where did Dave go? Dave is hiding from me. There he is. Like, could I just go ahead and make this deal and get a better prospect in exchange for a lesser prospect, but he has more trade value for some reason? Well, on the one hand, that's really cheesing the system because in the real world, you don't see the potentials of people and how good they're going to get. On the other hand, it is the Senators who is putting this guy on the trade block. I'm not going after a random prospect. I'm going after someone who is actively being shopped. 19 years old, 75 overall. I would not be opposed to doing this, I don't think, in the end, but it has to come from you guys. I need to hear it in the comments. I can't make a big decision like that, moving one of our biggest prospects just to get another big prospect. Deals like that don't really happen in the NHL when both of them have never played a game before, but let me know your thoughts on that and we can get something done in the off season, maybe. But I don't think we're going to be making any deals. I don't see really any moves to make. This team is firing on all cylinders. The boys are buzzing, and there is no reason to make any changes, especially with nothing too intriguing on the trade block, aside from a few big names with 1 year left. I'm confident in the team that we have built here in Buffalo, and let's keep on simulating to the end of the season, because you also need to get these episodes done before NHL 21 comes out. We need to get through as many seasons as possible. So heading into the trade deadline here, game against the Anaheim Ducks. Demko was injured for a little bit, but I believe he was already back anyways, right? Yeah, we'll just Hutch. He is on board for the rest of the season. He'll be in the press box rooting on the boys. He'll be at team dinners paying the bills. Nice guy. 6-5 shootout loss against the Anaheim Ducks. 3-2 shootout win right after that. 5-4 loss, 3-2 win. Caleb Jones going on waivers. Offensive defenseman? No, two-way guy. Two-way guy, 78 overall. We have enough depth on defense. It wouldn't be a bad pickup, but unnecessary, as we have Kyle Wood plus other people down in Rochester who are also a 78 overall. 2-1 loss against the Dallas Stars, which is not good. We want them to be buried and as deep as possible since we have their first round pick, but we follow that up with 3 straight wins against Winnipeg, Ottawa, and Detroit. Ottawa Senators, against Winnipeg, Ottawa, and Detroit, but then Ottawa again, 6-2 wins, 6-2 win again. My brain is getting fried by all these W's. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row now with a 4-3 overtime win against Vegas. 4-0 shoot. Oh my goodness, 4-0 shutout, 9-2 win, 8-0 win. The shutouts just keep on coming. That's 1, 2, 3 shutouts in 3 weeks. 1, 2, yeah, about that in about 3 weeks, and the wins just keep on coming. No need to stop, I don't think. We'll just keep on going. Florida Panthers, what do you say? 5-2 win. That is now 10 in a row and 11 of our last 12. Looking great here in the month of March. I'm going to take a little bit of a pause now to go update the scouting, and then we'll get back into the calendar to finish off the season. All right, that's all finally taken care of. The draft class looks quite strong, to be honest, this season. At least all the way at the top. Marcel Gottsch's son, Manuel Gottsch, from Germany. For all you fans of the San Jose Sharks live stream, Marcel Gottsch, legend. Yeah, so a lot of potentials aren't fully uncovered, but a lot of 2-3 bar guys late who seem to be having solid potentials. If we'll just take a quick look here, a little taste for all you guys. 2 bars, medium elite, well into the 30s, 40s, 70s, 90s, 80s, 235 even. So lots of scouting still to do, but it is looking like a promising draft class. We're going to continue on to the end of the season here. Those draft scouts, those scouting reports will be going out until the end of June, or until the middle of June, that is. So no need to check on those again for a little bit. Let's go to the Toronto Maple Leafs, always a thorn in our sides when it comes to the Atlantic Division and just playoff matchups in general, so it'll be a nice little taste of them. We've already clinched the Eastern Conference and our division, so beautiful to see that. 6-5 shootout win, 4-2 win. That's now 12 wins in a row, I think, if the streak's still continuing from that 10 that I last spoke of. So looking for win number 62 now on the season. Hey, by the way, we have 61 wins right now. Our previous franchise record that we set a couple years ago was 59. Now it is 61, and we might have all the way up till 63. First period, we take a 2-1 deficit. Engvall and Liljegren. Jankowski scores shorthanded. Second period, 4-2. 3 goals from Timashov against his old team. Jankowski's second of the night, and Jack Eichel. Now we lead by 2. 3 unanswered. Down by 2 are the Toronto Maple Leafs on the power play now. They can't get anything going, but then right after, Morgan Rielly puts them ahead. But Victor Olofsson comes right back, 5-3 now. as we restore the 2-goal lead. Morgan Riley, a very dangerous man when it comes to NHL simulations. But a 2-goal lead with 5 minutes to go may just be enough. We're being outshot 35-30 at the moment. We're standing tall, and that'll be enough. A 5-3 victory for your Buffalo Sabres. Goal and 2 assists for Eichel, and 2 goals from the fourth line man himself, Mark Jankowski. We'll head into the last game of the season now against the Florida Panthers. We'll sim through the Detroit Red Wings. We have a 13-game win streak at the moment. Detroit, not a very good team. We beat them 6-1. 14-game win streak now, I believe. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yes, in a row. Florida Panthers, they're looking for win number 40, trying to look for a wild card spot probably. And we're going to try and get win number 64. How insane is that? First period, 2-2. Cousins and Olofsson score for us. Hoffman and Tippett for the Panthers. Second period, 4-2 lead. Dahlin and Skinner against Bobrovsky. We're more than doubling their shots at the moment, 30-14. Up by 2. 15 minutes to go. I might hop in for a little bit just to look at the ending and get a nice thumbnail for this video. With 10 minutes to go now, I think it might be a Thatcher Demko, the brick wall himself. 5 minutes to go now, and that'll be it, I believe. We'll hop in quickly at the end here. Final seconds here is Jack going to ice it. No, doesn't want to shoot on net, but then Heiskanen does. That'll seal the 15th straight win to end off this season. What a year. What a year in Buffalo. So we'll go ahead and exit that one. Got the thumbnail. Looking good. I hope it looked good when you clicked on this video. But we ended up, I think we let in another goal late, I think. We ended up winning it 5-3 instead of 5-2, yes. So nonetheless, we end with 131 points, a record of 64, 15, and 3. Let's take a second to wrap it all up heading into the playoffs. It is our second President's Trophy in 4 years, as we had 12 more wins than the Flyers behind us and 20 more points. What a year. A new franchise record once again, like I said, 64 wins. The special teams were buzzing as well with a power play percentage of 25.2, second best in the NHL, and a penalty kill of 84.5, which was 6th best in the NHL. So I will take that all day, especially when we've had so many penalty kill issues in the past years. Jack Eichel put up 114 points. Is that a new career high for the man? No, too shy of 116, but his 4th straight season in this simulation of more than 100 points. Sam Reinhart on that first line with him, 93 points in 78 games. That is also shy of his 105, but still, great season from him. 3rd highest of his career, 93 points. Casey Middlestat eclipses his past career high with 87 points in 82 games. He just keeps getting better. A great playmaker who found his way this season with 66 assists. Jeff Skinner, 44 goals from him and an 84-point season. He has had a revival here on the Buffalo Sabres with us. 3rd straight season of 84 points or more and another 40-plus goal season. Victor Olofsson, 83 and 82. He also went over a point per game and a new career high as well. Jake Bean now, 63 points with 51 assists and a plus 21 in his first season here with the Buffalo Sabres. Totally demolishing his rookie season, almost tripling the amount of points that he got. 12 times as many goals as well, and more than double the amount of assists. 63 points in 82 games. Arvidsson, 62 in his sophomore season now. Just a couple more goals than last season and 7 more points than his rookie year. Rasmus Dahlin, 61. Heiskanen, 53 and a plus 47. I'll take that. Puljujärvi scored 20 goals and 45 points to tie his previous career high, an identical season to 2 seasons ago where he got 20 goals, 25 assists. Timashov now, Dmytro Timashov, 44 points from him on the 3rd line. How about that? That's nothing to sneeze at. That's more than a point every second game. 14 goals and 30 assists from the former 4th liner, promoted to the 3rd line, and really demonstrated that he has the ability to get it done. Cousins, 41 points from him. He picked it up a little bit at the end. Definitely picked it up, and not much more than his rookie season, but still showing signs of improvement. Ilya Kovalchuk, with his 8 minutes and 20 seconds a night, still finds a way to put up 31 points on the 4th line with a plus 23. The 4th line's plus minus finally finding its way. Hayden Fleury, 29 points points and a plus 47. There's so many stats to go through because each person's breaking their career records, doubling whatever his record was before about, almost doubling, a plus 47 though. Now that's the biggest thing. Mark Jankowski as well had a great season with 28 points and a plus 22. Montour plus 47. Look at this guy's career plus minus. Plus 114. Those years in Anaheim ruined it a bit, but the last 3 years in Buffalo, he has been a plus 50, plus 47, a plus 97 in the last 3 years. Rasmus Asplund here in his rookie season scored 24 points and was a plus 25. That fourth line really impressed me. Yoki Haru 19, and then the scratches down here. Let me look at the sorting by plus minus. Look at these numbers. Skinner all the way at the bottom here, a plus 38. He barely makes it. Arvidsson doesn't even make the top list with 37. All these guys in the 50s and the 40s of plus minus. That is unheard of. Let's check out Thatcher Demko now, the brick wall himself. 52, 12, and 2, 6 shutouts, a 915 save percentage, and a 2.34 goals against average over the course of an entire season. Allmark played well as a backup, 12, 4, and 1 with 1 shutout. Sub 900 save percentage, but 2.70 goals against. Did Jack Eichel win the Art Ross once again? He did. Wow, he beat Tyler Seguin by 12 points. The Rocket Richard goes to Patrick Kane, though, with 50 goals at the age of 34. He still has the magic. Jeff Skinner, not far behind either, as well as Eichel. Draisaitl, Kane, McKinnon, Kuznetsov, Sam Reinhart, there he is. If he had those extra games, he could have been just a bit higher. And goalies, of course, Thatcher Demko led the way in wins with 52. If we go, let's say, minimum 40 games, and we sort by save percentage, Thatcher Demko was tied for third best in save percentage, and he had the best goals against average. So I would give him the Vezina hands down. Rookie skaters in the NHL, Nolan Bishop, of course, with 49 goals and 65 points. That'll get him the Calder. But Trevor Wong, very strong season as well. 60 points up to an 87 overall. We know how good he is. Ylönen, 81 overall, scores 45 points. And Lucas Raymond over on the Dallas Stars in his rookie season. Is it rookie season or he just never... Yeah, I guess his season with us didn't really count where he played one game. Rookie season with the Dallas Stars, he scored 29 points in 82 games and was a negative 13. Yeah, it was good that we traded him and got Miro Heiskanen. They even lost Rasmus Ristolainen, like we said, so it worked out in the end. Looking at a few teams now where we made some trades quickly. Let me know if there's anybody else you want to see. I want to see Denis Gurianov. He scored 46 points in 82 games with the Hurricanes. Not as high as the 48 that he scored with us, but still consistent for what he is known for. And I'm happy to see that. Happy to see that. I believe we traded Giordano to the New Jersey Devils for those draft picks. Ovechkin's there as well, by the way. Yeah, here he is. He scored 26 points and was a negative 14, down to an 81 overall. So I guess it made sense. Unfortunately, it made sense for us to move him for those picks while we could. Aatu Räty, the guy never simulates well. 21 points for him. And Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen over on the Winnipeg Jets. Let's check him out. He didn't even play. Maybe he got sent down. No, he's not even here because of the playoffs. Something changes for the playoffs, doesn't show people, so I'll have to go look at it manually. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, ooh, his trade value really dropped, down to an 83 overall as well. Really? What did he do? He went 14, 8, and 4 with 3 shutouts. That's a great season for a backup. He did very well, just not that great in the overall. Continues to drop, and he's getting paid a lot of money. Only be an 83 overall backup for Connor Hellebuck. Either way, if there's anyone else that you'd like to see point totals from, please let me know and we will check it out. But without further ado, I think we're going to head into the playoffs, see who our matchup will be in round number 1, and we will be taking on the Ottawa Senators. All right, they went 44, 33, and 5 in their season. I'm sure they have some pieces like Brady Tkachuk and Colin White. I'm not sure who else they'd have at this point in the franchise. There he is, Colin White. Andre Kesa, Marcus Johansson, former Buffalo Sabre. Of course, we love Marcus Johansson. 71-point season he just had. What? He's been a monster in this simulation. Thomas Tatar, Galchenyuk, Hinostroza, Connor Brown, Josh Norris, Brady Tkachuk on the third line. Okay. Logan Brown, Batherson, Frolik. Defense, Shabbat and Madison Bowie, Zaitsev, Wolanin, Schlappick, and Gudis. Philip Schlappick is a center, so okay. Do they have a defenseman injured? Okay, yeah, Eric Brandstrom is injured, that's why. Dominic Cahoon, also a former player of ours, and Alex Fermenton, 82 and 83 overall, are both healthy scratches. Meanwhile, you have Brown, Frolik, and Batherson all below 82 overall. on the fourth line. But hey, I'm not the GM of the Senators. Robin Lehner, back to the Ottawa Senators. He is their starter. Somehow he found his way back to the capital. Hasn't played there since 2014-15. Had a good season with them, and Gustafsson backs him up. Eugene Melnyk, what's going on over in Ottawa? But I think we're going to call it there, my friends. The draft class is looking good. Our team is looking great. The special teams were firing on all cylinders. Those are all the point totals. These are the lines. Let me know if you like any changes, if there's anything that you'd want to be tweaked a little bit. Here are the special teams, power play, penalty kill, and of course the goalies. So thank you so much for watching and bearing with me after a rocky weekend. I know it's a day late, and I know there's a lot of issues getting this one out, but hey, thank you so much for being there. If you haven't joined the Discord already, go to the link in the description and join so that you can see, like you just saw in the screenshot earlier, have conversations about franchise mode or anything in general, and always just be part of the team. What a close to the year here. 64 wins, and we finished with a 15-game win streak. The best season in Buffalo Sabre history. So eat your hearts out, Buffalo Sabres fans. Be sure to subscribe if you already haven't to stay closely apprised to all of the uploads on the channel. Links for Twitter and Twitch also in the description. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one, where we will try for the 4th time to capture this franchise's first Stanley Cup.